Is mental health awareness. It impacts everyone, to include area students.
KTIV's Taylor Deckard is diving into how several organizations have now come together to find a solution, starting with conversations with our kids.
Mental health matters, no matter how old you are.
Mental health is something that everybody has. Mental health is also connected with our physical health. It is important to take care of it just as if you would go to the doctor to get a checkup.
With anywhere you go for mental health assistance, there's going to be an initial assessment. With that, you get a better picture of what kind of help you need. Amy Small with Siouxland Mental Health says that early intervention may be the thing that helps people through their personal struggles. Siouxland Mental Health has several programs and are in the schools, going directly to the kids.
Oh, this is just the way I am. There's no way that it can be any different. That is just not true. We can really do wonderful things and help support people to feel better.
Mental health in our children can look different between each child.
Changes in behavior, whether that's changes in sleep, eat, isolation, but also on the other side, sometimes there is no signs. There's no outward signs. So as a parent, it's starting to have those conversations with your teens, just making sure that you have open lines of communication.
Advice for parents facing the crisis at home. Small says parents can create a safe space to talk with their kids about the hard stuff.
Looking at it and say, you know, I've been really seeing, or I've been hearing that there's a lot of kids that are struggling with this in our area. What have you seen in your schools? So you're not directly saying, are you having this? But you're giving them the opportunity and opening up conversations, to letting them know it's okay to come and talk to me. I'm not gonna freak out. I'm not gonna have this big meltdown, even if we are in our head as a parents a little bit.
Adelaide Gassaway is a senior in North High School who has been heavily involved with mental health conversations in schools.
Advocating for them has really impacted my life and other people's, and I feel like that could grow to be something huge.
Students often struggle with the stigma of getting help. Parents, this can be your way in through listening.
I've got huge support from my family and friends and different things that I've taken into action. Like I had really bad mental health, and so I take medication for it and go to a therapist. That's really helped me immensely, and I have great family and friends to support me.
You're the expert on your kiddo, so you can tell us what you feel fits best for your family.
In Sioux City, Taylor Deckard, KTIV News 4.
One way Siouxland Mental Health is addressing an issue with the workforce is by adding interns from area schools. Now, this provides future therapists with a better grasp of what the industry is really like. Right now, Siouxland Mental Health has 6 locations, and just last week it expanded into Nebraska. Siouxland Mental Health is actively hiring therapists for its locations to continue meeting the needs of Siouxland children.
It is awesome to come and support mental health needs here, that we have a lot of opportunities and are willing to support, get you to whatever your passion is. Like if you want to work with a certain population or things like that, we will help you get there.
There are some bills working through the legislature that address mental health care in Iowa. U.S. Senator Joni Ernst of Iowa is part of the bipartisan mental health caucus in Congress, which is trying to address these issues.
What we intend to do then is collaborate, work with other partners on mental health and how we can provide resources, ideas, best practices, how we all come together.
And we will continue to follow more on the mental health crisis next Thursday night on KTIV News 4 at 6.